Hey guys, it's Neil, and today I figured since I haven't showed anything in a while, we talk about a few things, but I'll go ahead and show you what I'm been currently up to, which has been a couple of projects, but have been all the projects I've been up to. So we'll start with the first one that you'll see in the back. Got it's too big to be in frame. A modulus evader, kind of minimized. Got the idea from Frankenzilla Mods. I follow him on Instagram, and he kind of did the basic idea of I was able to replace the rail. He did that a different way, but kind of mesmerized. Some of y'all have seen this where I've posted a picture up on Discord, but I'm not sure about Instagram. I'm pretty sure I either deleted it or just never posted it. But kind of have I just want to. I don't know. I've never had a side loading flywheel blaster before, so I figured I'd give this one a shot. And it's clear, so I figured I'd give it. I don't know. It's got really cool lines, so I figured I'd give this a shot. So hope is to have some LEDs and an upgraded flywheel cage from Containment Crew with a Raider stock to match. All painted up. And then that one will be not actually for me. I wanted to build something just for fun, so I figured this would be a great excuse to do so. Currently working on a Kronos that's like on my first thing's agenda lens. I'm doing a mod exchange with Rackets 96. Go check him out. Great guy. Super nice, and has been super patient with me on this. But yeah, Kronos. I think this one's turned out a little bit better from the last one. I have a little bit more details on how I laid out the paint. Super love it. More or less a teaser, but if you get it in light, it's a matte clear coat. Something I actually prefer. I prefer matte over a clear, over a gloss. I mean, I'm sorry. But I just prefer that. But I don't know. I think the detail came out really nice and well on this one. I still got to do the other half of this, and then attempted like my third time on trying to make this singlet for darts, so kind of give it a brass barrel and all that, and it's not really working out for me. So he might just get a regular Kronos with a paint job and a T-pole from Worker. One thing I just kind of started up on, because again I had it, I didn't like it, so I figured, hey, I could make this and sell it, because I don't need it. So which is a Rapid Strike. Never done full auto, so I figured this would be also another good experiment to test on. Kind of debate on if I actually want to do a personal full auto blaster or not, before I actually sink the money and time to doing that. So I plan on doing this. Clearly gonna do a flat top rail. Not sure. Might get a paint job. Upgrade the internals, of course. 3 switches, I think, should be a perfect one. I got a wiring loom. Not a wiring loom. A wiring diagram for it. I'll just use the slot battery tray. Not sure when this is going to get done, but that's something I'm working on. Well, started and just never got down to it. Second thing, another project is a EAT. Now, it's been about a year now that I've actually ordered it and not received it. I was able to order 2 of the metal XPZ tanks from Spectrum Nerfworks. He did a V2 version of a V2 run of these, pre-order a run of them, and I was able to buy 2. Each was like $30, which was a solid steal for me. I would buy more, but I just didn't have the money. I could just afford 2, and I was super inspired at the time by doing a HP Alpha Trooper. Of course. So I've already gutted this one up. It's still got the bolt sled in here. It's gonna have all that jazz. Not sure. I just know it's going to be an HP powered. I have no idea what kind of integration I'll do with this one though. So yeah, I think that will be a little bit easier than what I've been trying to do with Legion, which I don't think Legion's going to be a thing anymore. I'll eventually get around to making a personal Alpha Trooper. This honestly might be the personal Alpha Trooper. Depends on how much I enjoy it. But yeah, HPA Alpha Trooper. It's going to be a while before you see this. Before you actually see it finished or any work done it to it all. The only thing I've actually done to it is widen out the back hole. Yeah, that back hole, so we have a really good friction fit. So it's got a really good friction fit. It's not coming out any, well, maybe a little. It's not a solid friction fit, but I plan on being a piece of polycarb to go over this as a shield. I want to do, I want to get my name engraved on this for some reason, or maybe some other name. And I've thought about a name on this, but I'm not 100% sure on it, to be honest. And then, of course, the one and only, the overused Strife. I am working on Strife still. Finally was able to get all the parts. Finally got it to economically work. Now it's just a matter of me actually putting the time into it. I still need to fill in this hole back up in here on both sides. On this side, I need to still fit the plate in, drill a hole fit a hole for that little screw back right there above my pinky. Get that glued in. Put putty on the fill both these holes in on the back. Actually, I've debated about where if I was just gonna put a sling point right there. I figured right here would be the perfect spot, but probably not. It'd probably be better up here. And then I just wasn't long enough, so I went out and got another long strike stock and took off those outer shield parts where it kind of helps retain the magazine in. Honestly, I think with the profile, you know, it's kind of scrawny up here. I did take the 180 motor cover off because I felt like it wasn't going exactly with the profile of it, which is like, you know, it's pretty narrow for the most pace. I plan on getting this all leveled out to the same dimension with ABS sheeting in the future, of course. But gotta clear it quickly. 21 amp micro switch up in there. I still need to fill in that. Okay. Just a super ton, just a lot of work on just this simple blaster. This I believe I've never done one, but I will say this. I think this is more complicated than a Straven by itself. But super comfy. I still want to try and put LEDs in here and all that jazz. I make no promises though. But yeah, I was able to fill in a little bit of this hole with some 3D printed parts from that I kind of chopped up and modified to fit in here. It kind of extends the line from up here to back here, so it's got a really good end cap. Super clicky. Another goal of mine is to actually start casting parts. So I still have a I still have a 180 motor cover, a raw one that still needs to be kind of like filed and printed and all that jazz. Not printed, just kind of like sanded down and get ready for a mold kind of thing. I kind of want to start molding casting. I'm not sure if all of you know, but these parts are made from, the casted parts are made from not Bacon Z, I almost said it. Hawkeye 007, which was formerly still known as Black Steel Props, but he had closed down his Etsy shop, so he is no longer Black Steel Props. So, stupid camera can never work with me. So, kind of a specialty item now. I'm never gonna sell this thing, no matter how much. I want to custom. I want to try and get it down to the same color because I absolutely adore this color. Clearly. Love this shade of green. So, I'm going to start trying to cast that. Another reason is, you might not be familiar with this, but this was a Project Hammer? No. Hammer grip or something with hammer in along with it. But it's a Strike 4 grip. Kind of a little long, but it's got a really good, for being a long blaster, it kind of gives it a compact feel. So I enjoy it. It keeps breaking on me. So my only solution is to cast it. So that will be my first first item I want to attempt to cast. Will be that. I still have a set of flared magwells that I will be able to mold and cast and replicate, as well as the 180 motor covers. If I ever do a 180 motor cover, 180 in the future. I got my battery door, the Strife battery door, all gutted, still out for a 950 2S LiPo, the one from Out of Darts, the one with the XT60 connector on there with I think it's like 16 gauge wire, says on here. I figured that would be those are a popular choice to run with, especially when you're running Fangs, which is what not Fangs, Fang revamps, of course. And then the white cage is a Helix cage, something that Hawkeye's numbers and OFP into a Morpheus cage. So it's kind of a combination kind of thing. So I've been testing that lately, and it's been doing really well in my sister's Strife, for the most part. In a modular Strife, I'm doing it for her. Speaking of that, it's over there. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it before. Yeah. It's got big NZ parts. It's got a voltmeter switch in there. It's got a switch for a voltmeter all set in there. Nothing crazy like a stock integration, but it's got the worker retractable stock on there. Her setup will be Michelle 2.0s with Bulldogs with a Morpheus gauge as well, because I find that the accuracy is a little bit more important than the distance. They can go the distance. I'm gonna get copyright for that. Anyway, nothing basic on hers. It's got also big NZ parts. The ones that I won in a giveaway, surprisingly, last year. So she's getting those. I currently just don't like Galaxy, so I figured it would be a great gift to her, something for her to use. Yeah. She's gonna get maybe some LEDs up in there. LEDs, of course, a 2S setup. Can't be more powerful than the brother, because brother gotta have power. Oh man, I'm gonna get a lot of grief for that. But still a lot of work to do. So this is technically part 1 of what I want to talk about. Part 2 will be leaning on why I did this, but this is Neil signing off. Yeah, see you in a minute.